and down the streets of Soweto. No place to call my home. I tried to find you many years ago, but the woman you married to was not good at all.
Splash FM 105.5.
Baby, you look happier, you do.
Filling your days with happiness.
Wow, I feel good. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel.
No radio does it better. Splash FM.
All right, it's good to have you join us on Talking Points, Splash FM 105.5. That is the location on the frequency modulated band. And here we are. Michael Olatunbosun is the name. It's always good to be here on this table talking Nigeria. Let's talk today. So quite a number of issues have come on the table, and let's see if we'll be able to deal with them and appropriately address them to the extent that we'll be able to leave this table today with the assurance and the sunshine in our hearts that we have helped this country again today. Let's set sail on the program. Okay, so 3 matters on the table, and I'll bring Goki to the microphone. Let me quickly raise the issues and then get him into the fray. The KPMG has reported that the Nigerian unemployment rate has hit 41%, precisely 40.6%. A bit of that story. KPMG has stated that Nigerian unemployment rate had increased to 37.7% in 2022 and will further rise to 40.6% due to the continuing inflow of job seekers into the job market. The multinational consulting firm, in a newly released report tagged KPMG Global Economy Outlook Report H1, that's first half of 2023, said unemployment will continue to be a challenge due to the slower than required economic growth and the inability of the economy to absorb the 4.4 to 5 million new entrants into the Nigerian job market every year. Unemployment is expected to continue to be a major challenge in 2023 due to limited investment by the private sector, low industrialization and slower than required economic growth, and consequently, the inability of the economy to absorb the 4 to 5 million new entrants into the Nigerian job market every year. Although the National Bureau of Statistics recorded an increase in the national unemployment rate from 23.1% in 2018 to 33.3% in 2020. We estimate that this rate has increased to 37.7% in 2022 and will rise further to 40.6% in 2023. The report said that in 2024, the unemployment rate will grow to 43%, while inflation will accelerate to 20.3% in 2023 and 20.0% in 2024. These are gloomy images, don't you think? All right, that's one. The second one has to do with remember the Easter message of Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka of the Sokoto Catholic Diocese. Okay, so the federal government has responded. Through the spokesman of the president, Femi Adesina. This is how the Nigerian Tribune, gives us the story. It says, "Leave bishop work, join active politics." Adesina blasts Kuka. A bit of that story. The special advisor, media and publicity to President Muhammadu Buhari, Femi Adesina, has tackled Catholic Bishop of Sokoto, Matthew Kuka, over his claims on the achievement of the present administration. According to him, Kuka's opinion on national issues are, quote and unquote, colored by politics, adding that the bishop should heed the call to abandon the cassock and join active politics. His submission was a response to a question posed by Kuka to President in a statement on Sunday. Kuka had in the statement asked Buhari if he had fulfilled his sole dreams of ending banditry and defeating corruption. Reacting, Adesina said his principal had made progress in the fight against insecurity. In his words, the figure has been coming down progressively over the years, and it's a fact of history. Nobody can change it. Someone has said it is even better that he, that is Kuka, puts off his cassock and becomes a full-time politician. He, Kuka, is rather too partisan. Is someone we had always admired for his intellectual bent, but his opinion has been colored by politics. He talked about selling the presidential fleet. Was that ever promised? In 2015, there were a rash of promises made that even the candidate did not know about. The question is, are we where we were on the issue of banditry in 2015? The job is not fully done, but are we where we were? All right, so quite a number of questions raised here in response to the questions raised by Bishop Kuka. You know one thing about us in this country, we always answer questions with questions. All right, so let's see how things turn out today. Good afternoon, Goke. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Michael. Good afternoon to all of our listeners. It's nice to be here again today.
So let's start with this last one that I just raised. I remember yesterday you and Femi were, giving kudos to Bishop Kuka for addressing the president-elect, the outgoing administration, the young people, the judiciary, and so on and so forth. But you have Femi Adesina, president's spokesman, punching back, the pushback to, the statements made by Bishop Kuka in his Easter message. What do you think about this?
You see, for me, let me start by saying Femi Adesina, total regard for him, for his work and the things that he has been able to achieve in his career. But he's not somebody that inspires me at all. He's not somebody that I'm moved by any of his speech or his writings or his sayings. Because when we decide to blindfold ourselves because of our active involvement in politics, and then we run away from the reality, it's a very bad thing that can happen to anybody. See, the point is this. We know that Reverend Father Kuka has been, a constant critic of the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration. And because of that, he has always been, in the wrong book of Femi Adesina and Garba Shehu. But the point is this, and it is the same thing that I've always been saying. How many of the things that were mentioned by Reverend Father Kuka can we deny is not happening?
But Femi
How many of them?
Femi Adesina said that we are better off. We have, tackled Boko Haram.
For the man who says we will miss President Muhammadu Buhari, I don't expect anything special from him. If you look at the state of insecurity as we speak now, of course, I think you were showing me a particular data showing the number of people that have been killed, from 2015, and seeing that is actually better if you compare 2022 to 2015. But again, can we look into the face of the children that have been kidnapped in Niger? Children that have been kidnapped, in Zamfara. Children that have been kidnapped across the country, and tell them that indeed we are better. You see, the problem that we have in this country is what we basically do is we always like to compare evil with evil. Seems like we cannot move forward and think of the good side of life. So a particular country are comparing, they are looking at their peace index and saying we can do better by keeping peace here. We can do better by saying, there have not been any kind of, criminal activities in this particular locality for the past 5 years, for the past 6 years. But for us, we are saying, compared to now, we have just 7 died. That is what we do, typically. And you find out that as it is now, I don't think we have any feeling of humanity again. So the presidential aide, have that confidence to come and tell us that we are not where we are, we have done better. You're basically just comparing yourself with yourself. If you talk about 2015, President Muhammadu Buhari came into power in 2015. And then you want to look at, I don't know if you can get that statistics for us. I think it would be very, very nice to set the record straight. And look at the number of people that have been killed from 2015 to 2023.
But Goke, are we not better off?
I don't think we are. Because what we are basically doing, the indices of this, your analysis, is just the number of people that are dead. Are we talking about the number of people that we don't even see any longer? The number of people that have been abducted. I think we can talk about Leah Sharibu as we speak now. As it is, she's not back. And probably some people may say, it is not this administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. But then you came into power promising that you will be able to secure our lands. Are we really better off if we think about it?
Okay, are we not better off?
I don't think so. Considering the things that are happening now in the southeast, I don't think so. Considering the problems that we have in the southwest, I don't think so.
Okay, just hold on. See, this is this is StatiSense. It says 2015, terrorism remains highly concentrated, with most of the activity occurring in just 5 countries, Iraq, Nigeria inclusive. All right. But in 2023, deaths from terrorism are falling by over a third since its peak in 2015, with 2 of the largest decreases occurring in Iraq and Nigeria. Are we not better? This is Global Terrorism Index.
Global Terrorism Index, talking about the number of what?
The number of deaths.
You see, that's what I'm saying, Michael. When we talk about security, you're basically just talking about people that are dead. For the people who have been robbed, for the people who have been, disabled by all of these activities, we are basically just comparing the number of dead people. That's what we are doing now. And now I'm saying, let us take a look away from this side. So what we are doing now, we are comparing the number of people that are dead in 2015 compared to 2023, and then we are saying we are better. At least they are not dead. But for so many people that their family people have been abducted, at least we are better. But for so many people that have been disabled, for people that, they cannot go to work any longer, they've lost their means of livelihood, we are better. Is that what we're saying? Can the Nigerian army, can the police, can we look into ourselves and tell ourselves that indeed we've done better when we're talking about the security architecture of the country? Let's stop deceiving ourselves with all of these statistics that is just based on number of deaths. Is that what I want to do? Is that what I'm interested? The average man on the street is not interested in, 10 people died in 2015. Now we have only 5 people dying. Is that the progress that we want as a nation?
Is it not?
So if an additional does not have anything to say, they should not compound. You see, I've said it already, and I'm going to say it again. this particular administration that we are, if it is possible that after this administration, Nigerians should just take a break. We should just take 2 months break and then come back and resume. That is the feeling that I'm having. A lot of us have been abused mentally. A friend of mine, it took her a whole lot to decide to use the rail. Let's not forget the church in a war. They just resume back. Michael, did you see the interview with the people that came to that church last year standing on their feet? And today, they're on the wheelchair, granting interview. For the people who have died dead, can we look at ourselves in the face and say, we've done better?
All right. Okay, so let's move to the other matter. And that has to do with the unemployment figures. So we moved from 33.3% to 37.7%, and now we are at 40.6%, basically 41% if you go to the nearest whole number. What do you think about the unemployment scale?
We've always talked about it, that looking at, the fact that we don't have data most of the time. Not only when it concerns the economy, even as it concerns health and so many other things that we have. We've always been saying that this 33% that we've been talking about, that is even higher than that. Let's not forget that we are not even talking about the people who are underemployed. That's not even a conversation that we're having now, because we have a lot of people who are not even employed. But then, looking at, the unemployment rate that KPMG has been able to come at, I'm sure if you ask them, Femi Adesina, they will ask again, what are the indices? They will ask you again, how sure can we trust all of these statistics? But the point is that we know that Nigerians are indeed unemployed. So what should we do moving forward?
Okay.
Because we cannot just sit down and say, let's just continue with life that way. One thing that we are dealing with as it concerns the challenges that is, foiling this unemployment is one, limited investment by the private sector.
Okay.
So how are we tackling this as an issue? The fact that the power sector has been epileptic for so long. So to run a small business, let's just say a small business in Nigeria, is costly.
Okay.
There is no business that will happen. There is no economy that will strive in the place of insecurity.
So essentially you're saying tackle infrastructure,
tackle causes.
Electricity, and then you can solve the question of unemployment.
You can solve the question of, because if you look at it, low industrialization, there is no way you will run an industry without power. No way. So have we been able to look at that? And if you look at our economic growth has been able, over the years, if you have seen it, the economic growth has really been slow. Because the point is, so many of the infrastructural development that we say we are doing are not really bringing anything. For example, I know a lot of people will argue against this, but let me just come home a little bit. I understand the fact that give it to, Governor Seyi Makinde, a lot of people will not like what I'm about to say. But then I will just explain. And I hope that they listen to what I want to say and not what they have in their heart to listen to hear. The point is this. We've talked about the 3SC and the remodeling of the Adamasingba Stadium. But Michael, if we ask ourselves, I understand the fact that it is very, very good for sports development in the state.
Yes.
But how much are we getting as revenue economically from Adamasingba?
Is it supposed to generate revenue, big revenue? Is it not to make sports, attractive to people, so that you can solve the problem of insecurity, banditry, and the rest of it? So all these things, don't they work together?
Whether we like it or not, for this project that we are fueling by loans, for this project that it's not as if we have this money in our covers that we are using. Michael, we are basically borrowing to do all of these things. So we should be thinking of how can we generate money from this.
Okay.
We talked about the railways. How well have we been able to generate money from the railways that we have? That for a whole year, we have to shut down the one from Kaduna to Abuja. So the question is, so many of the infrastructural, development that we say we are doing, or projects, how well? I am saying how well. I'm not saying they are not bringing in, but I'm saying how well have we been able to generate funds from them?
All right.
And a lot of people really want to do business. But if you look at, the ease of doing business, it is hard.
Okay.
How many Nigerians can start up small business and, look at it and continue to get grants, continue to get loan that will ensure that this particular business become a large-scale one? It is hard in the country. Let's not deceive ourselves.
Okay. All right. It's still talking points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. When we come back from this break, I'd like to bring the question of critics and their position in the country. And I'll bring Reverend Kuka as a case study and join him with Wole Soyinka. Professor Wole Soyinka has been under the knife recently for his postulations about Peter Obi and his fans or followers, if you like, in the country, particularly how Obi, the Dati, Baba Dati, has been, in the news, criticizing or, so to speak, fueling what a lot of people have termed as, wanting to bring a crisis in the country by his utterances around the election. Those are the things that we will put to the table when we come back. Particularly, some groups are calling for a boycott of Wole Soyinka's books and his events. I'll ask you what you think. But listen to this by Reverend Kuka and his postulations about critics in the country. Remember, this was his Christmas message, and he was addressing President Buhari and telling the president that, you see, there have to be critics in every society, and critics also have a job, just as the president or anybody have jobs. Listen to him.
But I think the president also understands, that I've got a job to do, he's got a job to do, and he knows that a lot of the things we are saying, they're not born out of animosity. And I've tried in my criticisms not to be personal. And like I said to people, look, whoever becomes president tomorrow will still be here by the grace of God. And I'm not going to stop criticizing you because I think we don't do it just for the sake of it. It's that we have an obligation. I think some of us have a bit of an idea about what we could do differently. So there's a sense in which what we're saying is also a source of encouragement. You write an examination, the examiner scores you differently. You're convinced you've done your best. Maybe your best is not good enough. I can't take away from the president his conviction that he's got a job to do, and he believes that he's doing the best that he can. And by the way, there's nothing I'm saying that is not being said even louder. There are, of course, the president's critics who prefer that it is better to keep quiet for all kinds of conveniences. But there's nothing I'm saying that. I've never manufactured facts in terms of the things that we're talking about. Look, my views about this government and my criticisms have not shifted a bit. I mean, I'm quite consistent with the fact that I don't think we've managed power sharing effectively. The president is within his call to say that this is how well he has done. But I know that I speak for millions and millions of Nigerians who believe that we are anywhere close to where we ought to have been. I think that the president, in the silence of his own room, would probably look back and say he knows he could have done better. But that throws up a range of other things as to the level of preparedness of those who want to govern Nigeria. Because one of the things the president kept saying to excuse himself is that we didn't know it was so bad. Guess what? It's like you're setting out and you're going to Jos. And to get to Jos is about 3 hours drive or so. You cannot set out for Jos with half a tank and then start a journey and say, oh, I didn't know Jos was so far. The point is that when politicians claim that they want to solve problems X, Y, Z, the most important thing is, and I think this is one of the things that is seriously lacking in the Nigerian situation, a real critical analysis and appreciation of the complexity of the problems of this country. So, for example, look, this country is severely broken. If you're going to fix this country, it takes more than just having the good intentions. Good intentions are sufficient, but they are not enough, to justify. So the issue is that there are forces. Where is all this money coming from that Nigerians are putting up these gigantic structures all over the place? Where is the money coming from? For a country that is severely malfunctioning, for a country that is the poverty capital of the world, where is all this money coming from? And Nigerians are sick and they are dying. So that tells you, and I've said this severally, and I don't mean, I've said governance in Nigeria is a criminal enterprise. Because of this criminality in governance, you now have a situation in which for you to come with a first-class degree, from Oxford, from Harvard, from Cambridge, from anywhere, in petroleum engineering, and think that you can walk into the NNPC and get a job, the gate man will tell you are crazy. That's not how you get a job in Nigeria. If you think that because you've worked very hard in the military, in the police, in all this security, and you think because you're so good, you deserve a promotion, even the people running the system will tell you that's not good enough. Now, when we get to that threshold, as we have in Nigeria, integrity, competence, capacity have been traded for something different, then you are in trouble. And that's why if we don't get to the heart of the consequences of nepotism, I'm not looking forward to a president of Nigeria who will come from, who is a Christian or who is a Catholic, or who will, for example, just turn a lot of these things upside down and begin to punish other people for the sins that they didn't commit. I'm not hoping that a Christian will be president or anybody will be president and say, no, it's now time for us to do what those who came before us did. And when you raise this issue, these are the kind of things you hear from people in government. That, Jonathan did this, Jonathan did that. So the fact that we didn't succeed suggests very clearly we didn't prepare for this examination. So, and that the lesson we take away is that I believe Buhari is a good man. He's done his best. But his best was not enough. His best speaks to the quality and level of his preparedness and his ability to assemble a team.
Splash FM 105.5.
Màámi, ṣé gbogbo ife bọ́ǹfìtà ilẹ̀ fẹ́ pín?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ó ṣàmọ̀ pé àkókò yìí ní ṣe pẹ̀lú nǹkan pínpín.
Torí ẹni bọ́ǹfìtà ṣe ń pín 50 gíráàmù lórí ìdí alátùrọ̀ onígíráàmù 104 àbọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Àwọn ife wọ̀nyí á jẹ́ ti bọ̀dá Musa, alábàágbé wa, ìyàwó wọn, Uncle K.
Lákòókò yìí, ẹ jẹ́ gbádùn àfikún 50 gíráàmù lórí ìdí bọ́ǹfìtà alátùrọ̀ 104 àbọ̀ gíráàmù tẹ́ bá rà. Ìyẹn túmọ̀ sí àfikún ìṣaralóore dídára ti bọ́ǹfìtà. Bọ́ǹfìtà, ó kún fún èròǹgbà rere.
Tóyọ̀, ǹjẹ́ o ti gbọ́?
Pé kí ni o bá dérò?
Pé ṣé ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ ti gbọ̀nà ọ̀nà àrà yọ?
Jọ̀ọ́ mi sì kí n rí gbọ́.
Jẹ́ ń já ẹ tán. Àǹfààní àìlẹ́gbẹ́ ni Splash FM Media Academy gbé kalẹ̀ fún gbogbo olùgbé ìlú Ìbàdàn àti agbègbè rẹ̀. Ìlò tí ìgbọ́ láti di akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ oníròyìn tó perégedé ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú ìlànà ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ òde òní yálà lórí rédíò tàbí ayélujára. Àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ olùkọ́ni tí wọ́n mọ̀ tì fún tẹ̀dọ̀ iṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ wà níkàlẹ̀ láti tọ́ ọ sọ́nà tí ó tọ́ lórí onírúurú ẹ̀kọ́ bíi program development, journalism, digital media, production, news presentation. Wo mélòó ni mo fẹ́ kà? OPG ó pọ̀ gan-an.
Mo rí ọ̀nà.
Tóyọ̀, ibo ló ń sáré lọ?
Àròjọ Musolókun, mo ń lọ ṣe ìforúkọsílẹ̀ tèmi nìyẹn.
Tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, lọ sí Splash FM Media Academy tí ó fẹ́ gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ pẹ̀lú Splash 105.5 FM ilé funfun báláwú fẹ́lẹ́lẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn láti gba fọ́ọ̀mù tirẹ̀ tàbí kí o pe ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 07054393332. Splash FM Media Academy, ìdáàbòbò ìwà ọmọlúàbí nínú ètò ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́.
Now that you have finished WAEC exams, what's next? Enroll for A-level program at OBMS Cambridge Advanced Level College, Total Garden, Ibadan for Cambridge A-level or JUPEP A-level programs. It is your best option for admission to 200 level in Nigerian universities or admissions to overseas universities. We are known for excellent teaching and outstanding results with seasoned and full-time teachers, affordable fees, moral and spiritual development of students. We have boarding facilities. Enroll now and join the award-winning team at OBMS Advanced Level College, Total Garden, Ibadan. We also offer SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, and more. For more information, visit us at Orita Mefa Baptist Mission Schools, Queen Elizabeth Road, Total Garden, Ibadan. Website, www.oritamefabaptistschools.com. Phone number, 080-338-61091. Orita Mefa Baptist Mission Schools. Excellence through integrity. Splash FM 105.5.
All right, welcome back. It's still Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. Before that commercial break, you heard from Bishop Kuka, who was talking about the job of the critic, as well as what you'd like to describe as analysis and where it should come from. Goki was also talking about you comparing yourself with yourself. The question for me is who should do the ratings, really? That's the question. So, what do you think about critics? And here is another critic who has come under the knife, like I said earlier. Soyinka betrays Nigeria's trust, boycott his books, events. Group here. This is the Nigerian Tribune. A bit of that story. Groups have called out to Nigerians to boycott Wole Soyinka's books and events for betraying Nigerians' trust. On Monday, the Nobel Prize-winning playwright, Professor Wole Soyinka, came under fire from the Free Nigeria Movement and other civil society organizations for his recent media outbursts over the 2023 general election and other related problems. The organization demanded a complete boycott of all of the Nobel Prize winner's books, accusing him of being insensitive to the country's moods and betraying Nigerians' confidence. Okay, so you heard that, didn't you? So they are saying, let's boycott his books. Okay, what do you think about this?
Nigerians are very funny people. But let me start by saying one thing I have noticed from a lot of us, and I'm saying it across the political parties that we have, is it will be foolish of us to think that everybody must be on the same page with you. In fact, it shows your level of political ignorance if you think that people who do not share the same political opinion with you are your enemies. So you will want to ask yourself, what exactly did Wole Soyinka, what did he say that got him into all of this trouble? And then a knife to his neck, like you said, or something like that. But the point is this. It was the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party who went on Channels TV to say that it will be unconstitutional for the CJN to swear in Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 29. But the point is this. That in itself is an unconstitutional statement because it is clear. INEC is the only body that is saddled with the responsibility of announcing who the winner of the election is. I am not saying there are not people who supported APC or people who felt like, oh, it shouldn't have gone that way. But the point is this, whether you like it or not, INEC is the, constitutionally recognized body that will determine that. And if you have any problem, as we speak today, according to the constitution that we have in the country, you just have to go to court.
They've gone to the tribunals already.
Now, you've gone to the tribunal. You have to wait until the tribunal decides the case. So for somebody to now go all in national TV, somebody that is a former senator, a former lawmaker, to now go on TV to say that it will be unconstitutional to swear in somebody, I think that statement is wrong in its entirety.
Are we not allowed to be emotional a bit?
See, Michael, in your emotional, in anything, in your emotions, as much as possible, be instructive. In your emotions, ensure that you are passing the right message across. It is okay for you to doubt. You see, some people have said that this particular election, disappointed Nigerians. On one part, you might want to agree with them. But of course, some people have also said that it is in this election that we saw a lot of politicians lose their seats. Seats that, normally they would just go on and just win. Let's not forget the number of governors that are not even going to go for Senate. Let's not forget that there is a particular governor in Zamfara who lost his seat. Let's not forget that there is a particular governor in Ogun State that I think the difference is not even up to 100 or 200,000 votes. And we have cases like that. Let's not forget that there are some people, you would automatically think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win Lagos. Oh, you saw what happened there. I am not saying I am going to, tell you this is this or this. But one, and I think it is a general problem, Nigerians should learn how to entertain criticism. Don't think that your favorite person, whether he's a great politician, is above criticism. No. On this particular seat, while checking, the Facebook, I saw somebody saying, okay, you are contradicting yourself. You don't have a point. Somebody has one called that Splash FM should sack me here. Should I, because of that, stop talking? Should I, because of that, start fighting the person on Facebook? No. But the point is this. For you to now say we should boycott, I beg to ask, how many of us are even reading Wole Soyinka's book? So many of us stopped reading, some of his big drama books, I think in the 1985s and the rest. Many of us, how many of us really even consume? And it is nobody that will determine what I will do with my money. If I think I want to buy a Wole Soyinka book, I will buy it. Okay. It's the group giving me the money. But the point is this. Nigerians should sit back, especially the youth. I understand the fact that so many of us are pained. Like the words on the street, probably this is our first political breakfast that you've just been served. So calm down. You see, just calm down. And let's see. You see, we cannot light up the country in flames because your favorite person did not win the election. Okay. No, Nigeria comes first.
All right, so let's hear from you. The program is Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. Would you like to join the conversation? Please go ahead and do that. The platforms, all right, Facebook, Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan. That is Facebook for you. Join the conversation. We're streaming live as well. Okay, and then don't forget to call the numbers 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 0706 949 3000. Those are the numbers. In case you'd like to join on Twitter at Splash FM 1055, hashtag Talking Points, okay? On Facebook, Shagun Afolabi, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you too. Omolaja Sunday Olorunwa, you're welcome too. Honorable. Well, Abiodun Falai, the unemployment rate is killing our systems. We need to be job creators, just like Western world, where we can be paid per hour. Thank you very much, Abiodun Falai. There, Falai John. Unemployment rate is pronounced well in Nigeria. The little wonder we are here where we are here. We were okay. You mean we were where we were yesterday? Okay. Thank you very much, Ajibaki. Femi Adesina should know that his days are numbered in that office. What has his administration done for us? Okay, question for him. Olalekan Alatishe, you are contradicting yourself. We can't be the best overnight, but growing better and better till we reach the best. We are not where we're supposed to be, but we are better off than we were. Okay, so, well, based on that, basically, let me just go to the terrorism index. In 2019, Nigeria was number 3 on the global terrorism index. In 2023, this is reading from the website of Channels TV, published on March 16th. Nigeria ranks 8th in the list of countries with worst terrorism impact. So, in other words, we have graduated, right? But we're not where we want to be. Okay, so, well, that's just trying to show you that there's been some movement, really. Okay, so, all right. But you see, just as we always say, this is a platform to cross-fertilize ideas. Everybody's opinion counts here. And we are not crucifying anybody for having a different opinion. Okay. Adeni Adesina, Mr. Femi Adesina and Lai Mohammed are just being miserly with the truth. This government is the worst of all the governments we have since 1999. How many promises has the Buhari's government fulfilled? Well, they will answer that question by themselves. Kim Alatishe, good presentations. Michael Olatunbosun, Goke, keep it up. All right, Shitu Adio here. Femi Adesina has stated his points. Goke has stated his own. That is freedom of opinion. PNB has invested so much in security, and the difference is clear. There are things to do, but to state that the government has not made any progress in improving security is wrong. Employment of 10,000 security personnel since 2016 every year has increased the number of security personnel. I even know that in the last 6 years or 7, Nigeria has spent over 10 trillion on security. Well, so that shows that some attention is given to that sector. Okay, so let's see where we go from here. Okay, I think I have a commercial break. I'll play the adverts after now. Olumuyiwa on Facebook. Goke cherry picks also. He rejected the figures from Global Terrorism Index while accepting the unemployment figure. Those of us who travel by road around the country know that things have improved. We can't go to Borno before and couldn't pass through some roads up north, but sincerely things are better. Yes, it could be better, but we can't deny that there is progress. America too have been battling school shootings over the years. It's only the obedience that are against Wale Soyinka, just as they are against anyone that is neutral or aligns with the election. Don't let us generalize. All right, thank you very much. Shitu Adio on Kuka and his criticism. I love Buhari's approach. The best way is to ignore critics that never see anything good in your government. If you see nothing good in me, you can't just be criticizing me for misdemeanors. All right, thank you very much. Olumuyiwa Wale Soyinka, please, okay? I don't get that. All right. Shitu Adio again. Bishop Kuka was one of the campaigners for JEG in 2015, and he took on the opposition role since 2015. He should join politics and show politicians how to do it. Very easy to criticize. Let him take Femi Adesina's advice. He should join politics. At least we have a Reverend Father now as a governor-elect in Benue. Oh, wow. All right. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for your interventions on Facebook. We'll open the phone lines when we come back from this break. It's a commercial break, and the program is Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan.
Splash FM 105.5.
Your pikin don land. Hello. No dull. Give your pikin breast milk sharp inside 1 hour where you born am. Make it take drink that first yellow milk wey dem dey call colostrum. That first yellow milk colostrum get everything wey your pikin need. Plus say e go help protect your pikin against yamayama disease. No forget give your pikin breast inside the first 1 hour when you born am. This message na from Ari Project or your State Ministry of Health.
Eléyìí fún Yakubu, èyí fún Rasaki, fún Ahmed, fún Aisha, fún Khadija, fún.
Brahimo, ṣé o tún ti ń to oúnjẹ ni? Kí ni gbogbo oúnjẹ yìí wà fún?
Wò ó Taofeek, mo ti pinnu láti wọ inú oṣù Ramadan yìí lọ́nà ọ̀tun nípa pípín oúnjẹ sínú Peak Yogurt Drink pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi aláàwẹ̀.
Èrò tó dáa nìyẹn. Ìtọrẹ àánú dára gan-an ni.
Òdodo ọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ gba ìtura lákọ̀tun nínú Ramadan yìí pẹ̀lú Peak Yogurt Drink tó ní àkọ̀tun wàrà màlúù nínú.
Peak. Reach for your peak. My people, better don land. Make una come see ogbonge cable wey dem manufacture for Obodo, Nigeria. Na Pure cables. Pure cables na correct electrical cable wey dey reliable, dependable, and the people wey dem make am call dey safety conscious. Pure cables get original copper and aluminium cable for different sizes dem wey you fit use for electrical wiring level for anywhere. Whether na your house, abi na your office, the price nko e no dey tear pocket at all. Nationwide distribution don start. For more information, call 0808 030 3257. 0808 030 3257. Pure Cable and Wire Limited. They have print compound, 40 gate, 122/132. Also the Apapa Expressway, Iyano Solo Bus Stop, Lagos. Pure Cables, Nigerian electrical contractors endorser, SON approver. Pure Cables, na Yubico.
Building on the successful completion of our first session with attendance testimony of our professional handling of the classes, we invite interested applicants to enroll for the next stream at the Splash FM Media Academy, an arm of the West Midlands Communications Limited. Our mandate to restore professional excellence in the broadcast industry is still on course, and that's why we invite you to hurry up and enroll now for full-time and part-time intensive practical lectures in presentation, journalism, programs and content development, basic production and digital media, presentation in Yoruba, and so on, leading to the award of Certificate of Proficiency in Broadcast Journalism. Course duration is 6 weeks of intensive practical classes plus interactive practical mentorship sessions with veterans and industrial placement. To register, visit the Splash FM Media Academy beside White House, Felele, Ibadan. For inquiries, call 070-543-93332 or 080-569-98676. On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we are at Splash FM Academy.
Sleepwalking through the afternoon. Sleepwalking through the afternoon. Sleepwalking through the afternoon. Don't live life on repeat. Enjoy your break moments with Five Alive Pulpy, a treat that awakens your senses and fills you with zest. So feel those moments with the indulgent sensations of Five Alive Pulpy. Five Alive, filled with life.
Splash FM 105.5.
All right, welcome back. It's still Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. Talk to us now. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. Okay, so before I let the calls in, I'd like to give this caveat. This program is not for, ethnic vendetta, please. I can see someone on Facebook who is trying to flog the ethnic cane. Please, this program is for us to have an understanding of the problems and see how we can help, and help underlined in full capitals, HELP. Please. All right. Okay, so let's see. Someone is here now. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Michael.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I just want to let me just quickly contribute to something.
Go ahead, please. What's the name? What's the name? What's the name?
My name is Olubenga.
Olubenga, yes, sir.
The problem is that I love listening to Splash. But let us, when we are on Splash, Goke and you don't have opinion. When you're on Splash, by your training, you don't have opinion. Because I know 4 times or 5 times a day in a week, you will come on here, both of you, for this program. So if you are coming and say you have an opinion every now and then, it's not more opinion, it's a position. You are taking a position.
Okay, so can I clarify before you go there? Before you go there, can I clarify? I am the presenter on the program. Goke is an analyst.
Okay.
So you understand that I am the one who doesn't give opinion. I only ask question. Okay?
Okay.
So I hope you get that now. So on this program, Goke is not the presenter. I am the presenter who should not have opinion.
Okay.
Aha.
Accepted.
All right.
Let's moving forward. You see, the point is this. You see, let me tell you one thing. We are here where we are today because we don't speak truth to the government, to access. We always want to hide away and say because we are educated, we are this, and that, that. Look at it. The indices that said 2015 and 2023 came up and said this is something. Okay, say it doesn't accept it. But if tomorrow said this election has been heavily rigged, okay, we accept it too. It will accept that the global something. That's number one. Number two is this. You see, one thing is this. In Nigeria, as I said, we don't speak. We want to cancel because we are educated, we are obeying, we are this, we are tough. And it's not like that. The last election, use yourself, Michael. I want to tell me the truth. He will win that election. You see, the point is that people will be calling and telling you that this one. And the problem, another one, is that our youth, I appreciate them very well, because when I left school, 1 year after I got the job, and by the time we left school in 85 or 6 university, 20 or 30 of us left university together. No, I know guys, there are 100 or more that will come. So the jobs are no more there. We agree. But the point is that following of this is not the issue. Let some of them intellectually, I am telling you, intellectually, they are lazy.
All right.
Because if somebody is telling you something, if somebody is telling you anything, look at what he's telling you. Is it the truth? You are educated now. I'm trying to be to tell you something that you will be telling this one. All of them they are not the truth.
All right, thank you.
It's just an emotion of people.
Thank you very much.
Of people.
All right, thank you very much.
Before I go, let me tell you this one. Please, let me finish this one. Go and tell people who tell you that Igbos are very industrial. Okay, Mike, I know you are very sad. Very sad. Go and Google since 1982 today and not tell me the number of Igbos that I want to 20 in 4 cities of research in Nigeria. 1982 now.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's where I really don't want to go. I don't want to talk Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. I want to talk Nigeria, please. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Mike. Good afternoon. My name is SB.
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering from Makpete.
Yes, sir.
Now, people should try to calm down. Let me give you an instance. Somebody who is saying there may be no Nigerian again is similar to Putin in Russia. Putin is always threatening people. He will use nuclear weapons. He will use. Has he forgotten that he's not the only one that has nuclear weapons? Yes, where we listen. If everybody engages in using nuclear weapons, tell me where will Putin be?
But nobody will be anywhere, really.
So we should not carry things too far, honestly.
All right.
Let's calm down.
All right, let's calm down. Thank you very much for calling. All right, we have another caller here. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mike.
Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Arapon Guki. My name is Wale Omoluwasi from Afi Kingdom in Okeo. I'm so ashamed of being in my tribe. Because Yoruba usually say the truth. You don't usually lie. And you don't like somebody that is telling lies. You will be saying that you do this, you do that. Where do they do all those things that they are saying? You say about the security, what is the parameter, the measure that they say they have conquered everywhere? They will say they are conquered, they are systematically. So, and look at the number of people that are sick in Northern State. In this of the Northern State. number of people that are sick last week.
All right.
They said they are part of the security.
Thank you.
Also, they said they did a lot in infrastructure.
All right.
Yeah, they didn't do my whole road. They are in okay with the road is the federal government road. They didn't do it.
All right.
And
Thank
they did
you.
it for 8 years.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
calling. All right, thank you very much for calling. Okay, so I've got quite a lot of Shegun Johnson, Tolani Shotonwa, essentially Joseph Ajayi. You want to go to be more objective with his comments on federal government. If he's in the shoes of the president, what would he have done differently about terrorism and herdsmen? Thanks. All right, thank you very much. Well, that's the much we'll be able to do. We have, to go now in 5 seconds. Goki, thank you for coming, Goki.
Basically, Nigerians should be open to more criticism. I won't say it more than that. We cannot accept it more than that. But please, don't think everybody must be on the same page with you. That will give us, a nice environment where we can have cerebral conversations, where we can have intellectual conversations, and conversations that will move the nation forward.
All right. Goki, thank you for coming again today.
It's my pleasure.
All right. I have to go now. But before I go, I'd like to say this. I told you that this is the platform for engaging every opinion. So if you have a contrary opinion, state your contrary opinion. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. I believe that's how you can get a better society. My name is Michael Olatunbosun. I'd like to ask you to do everything within your power to make this nation better. Please don't dump refuse in the waterways and make sure that you hold on. It's still Splash FM 105.5. Splash Super Drive, the Tuesday edition on the cards in a moment.
Splash FM 105.5.
Baby, you look happier, you do. Filling your days with happiness.
Wow, I feel good. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel it.
No radio does it better.
Splash FM 105.5.
The message is brought to you by Cowbell Evaporated Milk.
The message, here's the message.
إن الحمد لله الرحمن الرحيم نؤمن به ونتوكل عليه. All praise is due to Allah, the most beneficent, the most gracious. In only Him we believe, in only Him we trust. May His peace and blessings be upon Muhammad, on his noble household, and on his righteous companions.
Aisha, why do you have so many tins and sachets of cowbell milk?
My sister, it is what I plan to share with people this Ramadan. No?
Hey, Aisha, you can start by sharing some with me now.
Oh yeah, take. It's Ramadan after all.
In this holy month, share the nourishing goodness of cowbell milk with friends and family. It contains B9, Vitarich, and it's so creamy, so good.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to The Message. The title of today's message is Do It Only for Allah. Allah, the Almighty, created His servants so that they may worship and remember Him, and He provided sustenance for them so that they may be grateful to Him. Nevertheless, many have worshipped other than Him, and the masses are thankful not to Him, but to others, because the characteristics of ingratitude is widespread among human beings. So do not be dismayed when you find that others forget your favors or disregard your kind acts. Some people might even despise you and make you an enemy for no other reason than that you have shown them kindness. وَمَا نَقَمُوا